Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm here today to show you guys a video on how to buy time. I realize I went on this giant tangent of a video talking about how much I like time and how I think it's going to be a big player in providing liquidity. You know, I talked a little bit about DeFi 2.0 and where I think that's headed. Naturally, you know, and a few people asked me, someone I actually know closely asked me, like, how do I even buy something like this? It's so out there, you know. So I'm going to talk today about like the quickest way to buy time, the few steps you need to do to buy time. Alright guys, so just not to waste your time to tell you how to buy the time, real fast, I'm making this video assuming that you've already figured out how to install MetaMask and that you're on the Avalanche blockchain with AVAX, which is, you know, like the Ethereum or like the BNB, if you will, of that blockchain, AVAX Avalanche token. So if this isn't making sense to you, or you're like, what is he saying? I'm going to put at some point a tutorial on how to open a MetaMask wallet. I'm going to put a tutorial link down below how to fund your MetaMask wallet for the first time. And I'm going to put a tutorial on how to do cross-chain swaps using your MetaMask wallet. So that's going to be all down below at some point. I'm making this video first, but I'll get around to those videos. So without further ado, if you have a MetaMask wallet with some AVAX in it and you're on the Avalanche chain, let's get into how to do this swap here. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trade some of our AVAX for some time. So I'm going to go into TraderJoeXYZ.com. Make sure it's the right one. There are some scam dexes out there that try to mimic this, so always make sure, you know, you're on the correct website. I recommend bookmarking the page just to be super safe. The cool thing about Trader Joe too is that they have time and it's like already saved on their decks, so you don't really have to worry about going in. Like, there's a way to find the contract on like SnowScan or like some other block explorers, but we don't have to worry about that because Trader Joe has time saved. Pangolin does not. So if you want to save some time, just use Trader Joe. If you want to save some time. Funny how time always comes up in, you know, everything, you know. I mean, just such a funny kind of crypto concept that the whole purpose of time is to, like, as time goes on, create value, and it always just sort of like ties into what you say at the end of the day. It's funny. So I'm gonna do 0.2 AVAX real fast. Not a lot, you know, $15.56, which, you know, in something like time, over the course of a while, if you hold with diamond hands, you know, that $15 could be worth a good amount of money someday. Okay, so I got my estimated gas fee. That's around, you know, 5 cents. I'll swap. Transaction submitted. Boom, that quickly. So now as I refresh the page here, I'll go back to time. Sometimes you have to refresh the page a few times to get these things to work. Boom. Now you can see that I do in fact have that balance of time that I just got. The swap went through, everything's successful, perfect. So I can refresh the page here into Wonderland, and this is like where the magic happens. This is what everyone's doing to make this incredible APY. Is you have to go, I'll just click out of this real quick and click out of this because I have my time. So if you go into Wonderland's website, it's just wonderland.money. I'll put a link to that down below. Put a link to Trader Joe down below. But once you get here, you enter the app and then simply click stake. You see your balance of time. You put the max in. That's what I recommend to do, at least. Like, I don't think time is a token worth holding if you're not actively staking, but I mean, someone might have a difference of opinion there. It seems like a no-brainer to me to have it staked. Now you can see pending. Now, real quick, I'll gloss over the mint function basically and what that's all about as a little extra alpha for you guys. So these minting discounts just kind of like populate, and then they just basically give bigger and bigger discounts as incentive for people to mint new tokens until someone mints, and then the discounts go down. That's how it works. So the ROI for this is going to be 9.79% versus staking is like 9.4%. So technically, as it stands right now, you'd get like 0.3% bigger gain. So you might actually want to mint and let your bond vest over 5 days. I personally wouldn't do it for this small of a percentage gained. I don't think it's worth my time when like you could just leave it here auto compounding. I think that's a lot easier because this requires some, you know, manual labor of claiming every time you get a good chunk of your vested bond. But yeah, that's what the mint is for. Sometimes, you know, if it's a few percentage up over the 5-day ROI for the staking, sometimes it makes sense, you know. So in some of the less mature DAOs, you see a lot bigger like differences in the arbitrage between these two things. But I think since time has been a little bit more established and has a little higher volume, those sorts of things, I think the minting and the 5-day ROI tend to be relatively on the same page. This concludes my video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got some really useful information out of this one. It's pretty straightforward. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below asking me whatever videos you'd like to see. It really helps with the algorithm for YouTube. And you know, have a great day. Smash that like button.